Hi everyone, Nancy with that Treasure Hunt, and welcome back to the channel. Thank y'all for coming. See this is hey Rebecca, how you doing? So I'm gonna give it a few minutes so everybody can come in and everything, and I'll give people updates of what's going on. We finally had some rain last night, and then get some more this afternoon. So yay! I don't have to water the garden. So just a little, trying to see if those hurt things are taking off or whatever is going on. So that's what I was doing. And then there I go. Hey Jamie, hey Eddie, how y'all doing? So a lot of information to go over with from the last week, and then what I'm doing from then on. Oh my goodness, it's just like good things, overwhelming things. Y'all gonna be so funny. Hey Bella, how you doing? Or Kristen, I see that. Oh goodness gracious, y'all so funny. So and then hey Lynn, how you doing? So just a few more minutes and then I'll get started. We had some rain this morning, like I was saying, and then some more rain this afternoon. So yay, I don't have to water, which is good. It'll be nice to get some more rain and everything. So, the same, just like, because Anastasia has a little watering can, and then I fill up, and we figure it out. I've got 3 of these. I can fill them up, and that will water all the stuff out the back. 2 of them will water the things out in front. And I've got to do an update because the sunflower is getting really tall. I was like, oh, this is so exciting. So that might be a mammoth one that I planted there. I thought it was the dwarf one, dwarf sunflower. So it's so tall. I was like, yay. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and get started and everything. So, that's not my list. I have a list what I was going to talk about. So I went to my doctor. There we go. Here's my list because I want to keep on track. All right, so I went to the doctor the 10th. It was supposed to be like your wellness checkup and everything. And he said, Nancy, he goes, we're going to schedule that for a different time because it's more intense. No, more stuff to do. He goes, but he goes, we really need to get you back to the orthopedic, see what's going on, and maybe some shots or whatever. So I said, okay. And then he wanted blood work done. So Wednesday, I went and got blood work done. No, Tuesday before the kids went grocery shopping, I went and got blood work done. Everything, oh my goodness. Because usually it doesn't take them long, and I'll get the results before they get to the doctor. So about 3:30 or so, the results start coming in. And he always does everything that, my weight counts, my red counts, the blood, the platelets, and everything. So that was all coming back first. That was coming back fine. All within the normal range. Even if it was like to the low point or to the high point, it's all in normal range. So that's all good. So then we started getting like my thyroid. My thyroid is fine. No cholesterol. My A1C is 5.5. So I may hear a little bit about that because it's getting close to 5.6, but that's fine. I'm not diabetic because they all ask that, but I don't know why they think people, okay, I get it. Most people who are overweight are diabetic. I get that. I understand that, but I'm not. And that confuses them. Hey, Tiffany, that confuses the doctors a lot because they say, you diabetic? I'm like, no, and they get this puzzled look on their face. I have to laugh. So, like that came back fine. Then it started, I said cholesterol and everything, all that came back fine. So then they started with the vitamins No, so my vitamin D is really at the borderline, which is it always is. I can take vitamin D supplements all the time and it just doesn't move. So I try to eat things that have vitamin D in it and everything. Um, my vitamin B12 was high. So I'm like, that's weird because usually my vitamin B is low. This time it's high. It could have been from taking vitamins or whatever. I don't know. So we'll talk about that July 1st. Then he did a magnesium level this time, and that's really low. So that could be because I've been researching about magnesium and what it does and everything, and it's like it could cause me, I could be in a lot of pain because my magnesium levels are low. So, and I had to say this because God is so funny. I mean, God, He is amazing, and the Lord just works in so many ways. Because I was telling my daughter-in-law this story yesterday, and I was like, the Lord tells you things before, other things. So a few weeks ago, well, it was probably more than a few weeks ago. Anyway, Jamie and I have been talking about magnesium. Hey, Natasha, how you doing? Oh my goodness gracious. So, I was like, we've been talking about, magnesium and stuff, and about stuff for pain and that magnesium. If you love magnesium, causes muscle cramps and stuff like that. So, she told me what she got, and then I was like, and it was like a few days later, um, Carol, South Florida Sunshine. She's on so South Florida Sunshine. She has fibromyalgia, and she was talking about magnesium, and then she made a magnesium spray and rub and stuff and everything. And I'm just like, okie dokie. I was like, okay, Lord, I know what you're saying. All right, I get it. I understand. And I start looking and everything, and you know, which one do I get, and which one's the best, and everything. And then and it was someone else was talking about before I got the results of my blood work. And there it was, the magnesium level low. I'm like, yes, Lord. I know you already telling me this before it was confirmed that, magnesium is low. It could be some of the issues going on. Not all of it, but some of it. So I was like, okay. So I started looking, and then Black's Tropical Homestead, which is in Georgia, they were doing a live, and I hopped in their live, and they're talking about magnesium. I was like, okay. So I ordered me some magnesium flakes yesterday, and I'm going to make my own. And and that's part of this whole thing that's going on. So I'm going to make my own magnesium spray and lotion and everything, and then and just learning which magnesium is the best, which one is to stay away. They say the stearate, STEREATE, is not the best, but the oxide and the one that starts with G is your body absorbs it better. Hey Deborah, how you doing? So I'm like, okay, so I went ahead and ordered that yesterday so I can start making my own magnesium spray and lotion and everything. So I was like, all right, the Lord, as I tell you, the Lord will tell you, and then He'll confirm it. And He has ways of doing it, and it's just amazing. So we got that done. We got that, and then and it could be, that's why I'm feeling tired and everything because of the magnesium being low. So then this week was going to the allergist was Thursday, and the orthopedic was Friday. So we'll start with the allergist. And I went there and everything, and I was nervous and excited at the same time because I've really never had allergy tests done before. all your life you don't go to the doctor for allergies, but the last good 20 years, they start to know more about different food allergies besides grass pollen and all the other stuff. So she did. She didn't do a full panel because when she sit there and we were talking and everything, I would give them. I had a picture of what happens with my hands when I eat red meat, like hamburger, steak, I eat regular bacon and all that. And she was like, she looked at that picture. She goes, "Oh," she goes, "that is bad." I'm like, "Yeah." She goes, "And it's just your hands." I said, "It's just my hands," but it starts itching. I said, "But then I itch everywhere, but it's just my hands." And just describing to her what happens and everything, I didn't even have to say it. She goes, "You have alpha gall." And I'm just like, "Thank you, Lord, for that confirmation," because I was just like, I was shocked, but I was like, I'm glad she knew exactly what I was talking about. So she goes, "We're going to do the test, they do on the back and everything." She goes, "Sometimes it shows up that way, sometimes it doesn't." So I have blood work to go do Tuesday for the alpha gall test and everything. And I guess that's wanted to see what the level is on that. So, but as far as other allergies, tree pollen, the grass pollen is all ones, and then a histamine, which is perennial. I'm like, wonderful. I love flowers. I'm like, really? I have to plant the flowers? And you told me I'm allergic to flowers. That's a number 2. So, and then she did moles, came out fine. The tree pollens, I have no allergies to tree pollens, but my eyes are watering all the time because y'all see me doing this and everything. It's the grass pollens. And then she did the foods. The foods that she did was the chicken, the beef, the lamb, the pork, the turkey, coconut, mushroom, and goat milk. And they all came back fine. But she was sitting there making, talking about with the alpha gall, stay away from the cow's milk, the goat milk, and everything. And I was like, "Yeah, my granddaughter comes here." And she goes, "Oh, really?" And I was like, I said the name, and she just, doctor confidentiality. They can't say anything, but she knew who I was talking about. So I was like, "Hey, Steve and Tina. Hey, Jamie." So yes, so it's confirmed I have alpha gall. And alpha gall is from a tick bite that was, you could have it for years, and then if you get bit again, it can just it's some kind of sugar molecule that the tick has, and it just throws your body out of whack. So I probably had it. I mean, when we were little, we used to, growing up, go out in the grass and climb the trees and everything. Then we'd come in and check each other for tick bites and everything. I had a few growing up and never even thought about anything. The only thing we always heard about was the Lyme disease. And right here on this finger, right here, it would get dry like it is now. It would dry and peel and everything. And I never thought about it. It was always seasonal. Every time it was winter, and it was like dry hands in the winter time and everything. "Hey, Des, how you doing? Hi, DJ." So I was like, never thought about it. Well, 2017 came around. We went to the park. I got another tick, and never put 2 and 2 together to a couple of years ago. So, and I know I got videos about that. So, going to the allergist finally because finally got insurance to go to the doctor, and she just said it right out, alpha gall. So I was just like, yes. So that's been confirmed. The blood work will just double confirm, but also the level of where it's at. So she goes, "Just stay away from it." She goes, "Seems like y'all already do because of the dairy allergy." She goes, "But you know what to do?" And I'm like, "Yes." And I'm just like, so I was thinking, so they're making hamburgers and everything because we cook separately. All right, except for chicken. If it's chicken and shrimp and stuff that we all can have, that's fine. If they make hamburgers or they do a roast or like tacos or whatever, either I'll cook my food first because I can just heat up in the microwave, or I'll wait till after they finish, clean everything, and then I'll cook my food. And I was like, because even if a drop of grease happens to, get in my food, it makes my hand, see if y'all can see it, start to dry and up and everything, and it's flaking. I'm just like, oh no. So, oh yeah. And I said, I'll use ground turkey and chicken. So I'm always trying to come up with something different with ground turkey and chicken. Sometimes I run out of ideas, and I was just like, and then I'm not a fish eater, really not. Yeah, the most seafood I eat is shrimp, and I'm just like, I may have to learn to like fish, but not right now. So I'm like, okay. So it came home, after we got the all that and everything. I was talking to Jamie again, and she looked it up. And I was like, we're so careful with what we eating and everything, make sure it's not cross contaminated and everything. I said, but my hand, I took a picture and showed her. So she looked it up. She goes, can you take Tylenol? I'm like, well, I can, but my son can't. And oh, thank you, Deborah. And the coding, I was like, oh no, I didn't even think about that. So you doing research, and I start digging, she start digging, we found out more. Leave, Motrin, the coating that's on the tablets and the caplets and everything could possibly be made from animal products, just like gelatin. The gelatin they make from used to be from pigs, but they use everything now to make gelatin. So I'm like, well, what are you potassium and Motrin? But I've been taking Motrin, but that could have been that they had changed something with this one that I'm taking. I didn't know it. And I'm just like, this has been going on for a few weeks now. And I'm like, something's not right. So I was switching to a lead because I had too much Motrin, trying to change it up and everything. And then found out that, the coating on this could be the cause of the problem. Then we kind of start looking. And I've got the links down in the description and everything of what I've been finding out. So even the magnesium stearate, as I was talking about, could possibly be made with animal products. Like, wonderful. Lotions, especially if it has lanolin in it, that's a no-go. The glycerin, let's see here. Yeah, glycerin, cetyl alcohol. Let's see what else was in here. The glycerin stearate, and there was something else in here. And the lotions, most likely all made from animal products, like, cow, pigs, and everything. And I'm just like, oh, you are kidding me. I've been using this stuff. This is what I've been using just to use it up because the alcohol in it flares up Anastasia's eczema. So they've got something else for it. So it's like, you're kidding me. I'm like, you are kidding me. Because I've been using that for lotion. Your rubs. Nothing wrong with these. They work wonderful. But what do they have in it? The glycerin, ethyl glycerin. They've got acetyl alcohol, glycerin stearate. So I was like, wonderful. All of them have that in there. And I was like, I couldn't figure out. After a while, I would put it on because where I hurt, it's all through here, through my back, through my butt and everything. Wow, it's so much. now it makes sense. And I'm just like, really? I'm like, okay, Lord, you open up the door. You show me again what the issue is. And so like my hands itching, but to put those away. He goes, now I want you, it's like he's like a daddy. He said, now I want you to do this. So you got to get the magnesium stuff and start making your own lotions. And that's what I was talking to my daughter-in-law yesterday. I'm like, this is crazy. But, the more I researched and everything, it's like I almost have to become vegan or vegetarian if you have alpha-gal, because so many things are made with animal byproducts. They put it in your lotions and your shampoos and the rubs and the creams and, the coated medicine. And I'm just like, oh, so then I was like, because I already started looking at back into my herbs and everything, what to take for information and all. And it's like Black Tropical Homestead, they were talking about the magnesium, they were talking about like castor oil and how good that is, and cayenne pepper is good for inflammation. I was like, yes, Daddy, yes, Lord, I hear you. It's time to go back to doing all natural as much as possible. And so I was like, all right, so we got that done, and we now we're working towards that. So Friday, I went to the orthopedic and I saw the same doctor I saw 2 years ago. And he goes, it's been a while. I'm like, yes. So he did something. We talked about it. He goes, he asked me where I hurt the most. And my butt is not my hip. But I took notes the last few nights about what hurts when I lay down and everything. Yes, indeed, Jamie. And I will be doing videos on that and everything. I've got videos. I just haven't edited them yet. I've been kind of lazy. I was just like, I was doing things, rearranging things and everything so I can get to my essential oils better. And I was just like, I need to sit here and edit this video, and then I'll forget. I'll be honest with you. I'll sit there and start doing something and I'll forget. I was like, I write things down, like, where's my list? And then I'll forget that. I was like, oh, no. This has got to be something else. So I'm not forgetful like that. So, with the orthopedic, he talked about it being, the where I hurt in my butt. He thinks it's coming down from my back. He goes, not necessarily your hip, because the way I describe how I'm hurt and everything. He goes, your hip's right here on the side. And yes, it's tender, it's sore and everything. And he looked at the x-rays. He goes, yes, eventually you will need a hip replacement. He goes, but if we can avoid and do other things right now to help out prolong that, that's better. I'm like, I'm all for that. So we're talking about he's gonna do a shot. And what the shot does, it numbs my hip for 2 hours. And during that 2 hours, he goes, you get up and do things that normally you would make you hurt or whatever. And he goes, at every 20 minutes, write down where the pain is, what you're doing. And so the shot is in July, because between, it's at a different location. And, that was the earliest appointment between the holidays and vacations and everything. So it'd be like the middle of July. So I was like, that's fine. And we're going forward. And I explained to him why I didn't have the shot beforehand, because of scheduling, changing and stuff like everything. And now that my daughter-in-law is home, I can get things done now. See how the Lord works. The Lord works. He knows. He knew at that time when their schedule changed, it was not, I need to be home. And as with Anastasia and everything. And now, things have changed. My daughter-in-law is home. My son is working back on the weekends. And it's like, hey, Huga. I said, the Lord's timing is always the best. He knows. And I was like, I trust that, because with my heart, 40 years to find the answer that it's a birth defect in my heart. It makes it stop and then start again. So the pacemaker, and I'm just like, Lord, I just trust your timing, because that's the only way. So we're going to start with the shot. We're going to figure out what's going on. But the way I always thought it was my back, because right in the middle of the back, us girls know this, right where your bra strap is at. And it starts right there. And it's like a corkscrew. You know, when you remember those old planes with the rubber bands and you get tight, tight, and tight. It's what it does. And then it just goes down. And I'm just like, okay, is it the back? Is it, the T, 7, 8, and 9 or herniate disc? And then where the T10 and lumbar 1 meets, that's where the curve is, where the scoliosis. So it could be the whole back issue completely, but we're going to take it one step at a time to figure out where that pain is coming from. Is it actually coming from my hip? And if it's not, then he knows what to do next. So it's like, oh, thank you, Lord, because, you sit in chronic pain and then you can't take no medicine for it. It's like, oh my gosh. So yesterday I had no Motrin, no Aleve, no nothing, no over-the-counter medicine whatsoever. And I'm like, okay, I hurt the same not taking the medicine as I did taking the medicine. So the medicine won't even work anyway. But I made as olive oil with some castor oil, and it's got frankincense and wintergreen, peppermint, and something else in it. For like a rub, and I'm just like, all right, keep on going. And that was one thing that I think her name is Sherry, Black's Tropical Homestead, says, she goes, be consistent. It's not going to work unless you're consistent with it. So I was just like, yes, indeed, amen, Jamie. So I've been consistent with it, rubbing, like 3 or 4 times a day. When I get up, I'll do lunch, I'll rub it on at dinner time, and I'll go before I go to bed. And I'm like, this is helping a little bit more than than anything else. So I was just like, here we go. When my daughter-in-law was cooking dinner last night, I was like, they say cayenne pepper causes inflammation if you have fibromyalgia, but then the other side is, no, it's supposed to help with inflammation. I said, just make it hot, make it spicy. She goes, I already did. I was like, good. The spicier, the better. So I'm going to be looking to making that, the rub and cayenne and all that stuff again, and stuff I knew from when I worked at GNC. I like, okay, the Lord gave me that knowledge back then to use it for now, and that's what I'm going to do. So I was just like, it's, sometimes you just can't use over-the-counter stuff. And it's just like, what do? You have to start looking at, like, the all natural stuff. And we used to knock it growing up, we thought, it was funny, you're a hippie or whatever. We thought it was, the hippies were, nuts and crazy because they did all natural stuff and everything, but they won't. Our grandparents did the same thing before then, but in the Bible times, God talks about myrrh and frankincense and everything. So that's nothing new. It's always been there. We just got away from it. So that is what's been going on for the last couple of weeks with the doctor's visits and the blood work and finding out what's going on, what levels are low, what levels are not, and then starting to, get back to doing things little by little, because I can sit here and I got a new chair, and I'll do a video about that. But it goes back and it's wider, so I'm not in the rocking chair. I feel like it was pushed, squeezing my butt and everything. And I can sit here, and if I concentrate on the pain, I'll just sit here like, ain't doing nothing. Get up and move. And I do that. And it's like, this is one reason why the doctor in Missouri said you'll never work, because I can't sit for like, the most I can sit is like 30 minutes without getting up. After that, I've got to get up. I got to move around because I get too stiff. Then, I can have to sit, because then I can't stand for too long, because then, the back wants to do its number and the hip and everything. So it's like, okay. So I learned to do things in those little bitty times. So it's like when I go fix lunch, I'll start it. It'll be put in the pan. I'll go sit down. I'll do something for a few minutes. I get up and go stir it. Come back and sit down. That's why when I'm cooking, I'm up and down, up and down. But like a jack in a box, and wind it up, and it comes up. You put it down. You wind it up, comes up, put it down. But it's all good. God has me here for a reason. It's to help somebody else to figure out what's going on. All for it. All I can tell y'all is that it is God that has done this, because years and years have gone by. Like I said, with the heart, since I was 14, 40 years, right before my birthday in March, 40 years, I would just pass out. And nobody knew why. I got all kinds of excuses because of being a female, hormones and all this other stuff. And it was the Lord's timing, the right time, right doctor, right place. And when I told them that it was my doctor's name that did the pacemaker and everything, they said, "You've got the best in the business." And I was like, "Thank you, Lord." So I did do the split pea flour last week on the Sunday Live. I will be making something with that this week. So if the video doesn't come up this week, it'll be coming out. I'll try to space the videos out so it's not all at one time and everything. And then, just making stuff. I've got to show y'all something really beautiful. I made homemade sauerkraut. And it smells so good. So I'll take this off and strain it. And then this one is, let's check it out. But this one is just avocado oil with thyme and basil. So I'll strain that. And then this one is the rosemary. I did rosemary again. Avocado oil and rosemary. And they've been sitting a week, and so it's time to strain it. And Anastasia loves it. Hey, Gary, how you doing? So, Anastasia loves my rosemary chicken, because I'll use that to cook the chicken in, and then I'll leave some of the rosemary in there. She goes, "Dana, can you fix your rosemary chicken?" So I was like, good, because she loves it. That's good for her and everything. So I was like, yes. We go slow and go, but slow and go is good. God's not a fast God, and by no means we want it fast, but God works always in the background and everything. So that's everything for us, the health update and everything, the blood work that was done and the levels and the allergy test, the orthopedic and everything. And it's like, it's just, before I forget this, the orthopedic doctor told me, he goes, all right, he goes, even if, he goes, you needed a hip replacement right now. He goes, I couldn't do it. And I looked, he goes, you need to lose some weight. And I thought to myself, no, I need to lose weight. I know that. He said, with my BMI being almost 50, he goes, there's too many risk of infections and everything. If you were to have a hip replacement right now. He goes, I want you to lose 60 pounds. I like, well, because it says 280. I said, well, it was down to 260. And I said, but, I leave in motion. He goes, I said, did that put weight on you? Because that's what I've been taking. He goes, no. I thought to myself, yeah, because the binder's in it. If it binds you up and you can go poop, you're going to put weight on because everything's still stuck in you. I didn't say that to him. I was saying it to myself. So I was like, okay, I know exactly what I know what to do. And that's what I'm working on. No carbs for breakfast, no carbs for lunch, then eat my dinner. My thing that gets me is after dinner, when I go up there with Anastasia, we snack while we watch a movie. But our snacks are popcorn. We have corn chips and salsa, and then, or nuts. That's right here. It's got raisins, almonds, cashews, and pumpkin seeds. So it's like, it's not that we're eating junk food or anything. Um, it's just like, I don't know. I was like, it's time for eating some cabbage today because that definitely helps. So I'm hoping my garden will start moving around, doing something. I've been praying over it. I see stuff sprouting still. And then we had some rain. So I planted late. So who knows? By August, if some things have not come around and everything, I'll probably just pull what out is in there and start a fall garden because I'm just like, I want some homegrown stuff like spinach and kale and mustard greens. I say, when I was eating all that before the prices went up, I felt really good and I was losing weight. So yeah, I know how to put it back on because I look at old pictures of last year and everything, and I was like, y'all not coming back. This chin's got to go. So, but yeah, that is the path now. And I'll bring y'all along. I brought y'all along when all this stuff was happening. I used to be embarrassed about my hands, and then I was like, the Lord was like, no, you need to talk about your hands and your journey and what was going on with it. So that's on a playlist if y'all want to go back and watch. Let me see if I can get that picture up real quick. Because apparently with alpha gal, it affects people, could be all over the body. It can be just certain places, and it's like, it's my hands. And she goes, is that the only place? I was like, yes. I said, but I itch everywhere sometimes when I have a reaction. So it's like, it's just sad. Oh, I mean, it's not sad, but it is sad because, like, I miss having a good steak. I really do. So those are my hands at the worst. And she was like, oh my gosh. She goes, that's bad. I was like, I know it was bad. Because they would itch, and that's how I know. The itching. The itching starts first. Then there's like little bumps. And it's not even pus or anything. It's just little bumps with water in it. Pops up. They pop. They crack. And it was always in the cracks here. I always thought, I was like, Lord, please, I don't want to lose my hands. So, and I was like, yeah. She goes, yeah, I forgot. So someone was in the hospital getting them snacks, slices of fruit. You see that? Hey, if they get fruit in the hospital now, that's great. That's awesome because they always like cheese and crackers and other junk. Yeah, definitely, in between meals. I've done the low carb before. I've lost 60 pounds on it. Then I gained weight. Then I lost weight. Then I gained weight. Then I got hurt in 2009 and yeah, not be able to move. My mobility just went. So it's like, and then you're hurting and it's like you don't like get the mood to cook or anything. And I was just like, I gotta, mentally, no, we're gonna get up today. We're gonna make this. you know what to do, and you speed up and do it. So, yeah, definitely, and I can have snacks, but see, the snacks in between has to be like low carbs, celery, or low carbs, peppers, and I was like, oh, I'm gonna have peppers again soon, hopefully, because I planted like 3 different kinds of peppers out there. And I was like, it's like that's tall. I was like, come on, get taller. Y'all need to grow. Because I want I want my garden to grow and everything. So, and I know other spices like turmeric and ginger and cardamom and, all kinds of stuff is good for um, your health and the body and with muscles and everything. So, I like almost everything not everything, but I put turmeric in a lot of stuff that I cook. So I'm just like, okay, it's time to change things up. We're going to make our own lotion, not use over stuff over the counter. Just to get back to doing it. I had a cayenne pepper rub I used years ago, and it worked so well. So I was like, now I gotta work on getting that done, and my notebook is going to be full again. So, but that's okay. The notes will help, and we'll be doing videos of what I make and everything. So that's where we are. Next Sunday, I'll be making. I haven't decided what I'm gonna be making, but there's one thing that's pretty cool. It's in the description. It's called Bonivore. It's and it because we cook with alcohol. You make your tinctures and everything with vodka and rum, whatever. There are some of them that are made with animal products. So that's a good one to sit there and look at and see which ones are vegan, and then which ones are. So Smirnoff as a no. I was sad. That's what I have downstairs. Like, well, oops, can't use that one. So the wine that I have in there that I was trying to open on a lot when I was doing the sauce. No, nope, I can't have that. So that's a whole bottle of wine that's in the fridge for whoever else wants it. So the rum that I have on the counter, I've got to look at that one to see, because I was going to make homemade vanilla extract with it and everything. I was like, after I found that, it's like, oh, I better watch it, look and see if I can use it or not. I was like, okie dokie. And I didn't put that link there, but I'll go back. It's an app called Fig, and it tells you, it's for alpha-gal, and it will tell you what you can have, what you can't have, what's got. So, and it's called Fig. Let me go back to pull it up. All right, it won't let me do it. I'll go and put the link down below. So real quick, I'll show y'all. So I put in there, put in there matron. All right. Red is, so the yellow is red is no, green is yes. So it's like oh Lord, that's not good. But it is what it is. I can't have it. So what I thought was really interesting with the wine, your beer, and other alcohol and everything, we don't even think about having stuff like that would have animal products, because it's made from grapes, but it's the way it's processed. So I'm like, okie dokie, here we go. We're going to do this step by step, like we always do. How do you spell the name of that? Fig. Fig, like a fig Newton. And it's yellow. Let's see. It's like that. Fig. But it's good for every, stuff you, not only for gall, but I mean, if you haven't like any other allergies, you go in there and sit there and it will ask you all kinds of questions and everything. Let's see how I can share this. That's the bell. It even has in there about, green list, recalls. I don't see. I was looking. All right. I'll have to go back and put that in there. But it says groceries, restaurants. It have a scan button. You can scan the code. All right. So we'll do this. Scan the barcode. That says product not found. That was the leave. Oh, that one's not found. They don't have these products listed at all. Wow. Well, I don't have nothing to show you yet. Beeping at me. So, all right. So I'll sit there and I'll go back and put that link there for y'all and everything. Oh, and one other thing, that allergist gave me an EpiPen. So yes, that's how severe she thinks it is. So now I will have an EpiPen along with Anastsia. So I was like, okay, dokie, here we go. We do have Benadryl. I don't take Benadryl every day. Benadryl is just there in case of emergency. If something happens, hey Marissa, how you doing? Just in case of emergency, if you're having a reaction, we can take a Benadryl. So that's what the Benadryl is there for. But other than that, that is, what I found out all this week. I wanted to give y'all an update. We'll get back to cooking next Sunday. I'll figure out, what other alcohol, that's is vegan and not vegan, and we'll see about cooking some more sauces or something, and then we'll go from there. So thank y'all for coming. I am going to say our verses over us before we leave and everything, and I'm just like, those who watch the replay, thank you again. And I was trying to keep this short, but it was just a lot of information and a lot of stuff to go over and what the plan is forward. So number 6:24 through 26. The Lord bless you and keep you. The Lord make his face shine on you and be gracious to you. The Lord turn his face towards you and give you peace. Ephesians 1:17 through 18. I keep asking that the God of our Lord Jesus Christ, the glorious Father, may give you the spirit of wisdom and revelation, so that you may know him better. I pray that the eyes of your heart may be enlightened, in order that you may know the hope to which he has called you, the riches of his glorious inheritance and his holy people. So, thank y'all so much for coming and being here. I mean, y'all make the channel. I just do what the Lord tells me to do. But if someone is allergic to Benadryl, what do they give them? The epinephrine is what they would give if they're allergic to Benadryl. As far as over the counter, she told me to take Zyrtec or Allegra, so I don't know if those would help the same way as Benadryl. But yeah, definitely do research and then ask your doctor And then because they're always coming out with something new, something better, something different that helps. And I know there's herbs that help, but I'm not an expert on that. So I can't give any advice on that and everything. My only thing was say, definitely if they're allergic to Benadryl, avoid that as possible. Look into Zyrtec or Allegra, and that's just my suggestion. Talk to your doctor and find out. Do research. A long time ago, they used to be called doctor referral number, and that was back when my son was a baby. So, but I'm quite sure there are numbers or places like you could call. The asthma and allergy places have websites also that they have a lot of information on and everything. So, yeah. I see I'm itching. And the reason why I'm itching is because I used this morning because my hands were dry because I haven't made my lotion yet. So I'm going to make a regular lotion just for my hands and arms. And then I'll make the rub when I get the magnesium tomorrow. So yeah, I didn't even think twice. I was using this and I couldn't figure out why, I'm itching. Now I know. So, but thank y'all for coming. Lynn, if you have any more questions, email me and then we can get in contact with each other and I'll help you out more and everything. Oh, yeah. My email is right there on my page. And make sure it's there. Yeah, it's there. So email me. I'll be more than happy to help you with everything that I know. So, but thank y'all for coming. Y'all have a wonderful, blessed day. I'm going to pray over everybody. So, dear Lord, we thank you for this day. We thank you for the health and safety, provision, and protection that you give each and every one of us, those who are here and those who will watch later. We thank you for that you can give us wisdom and understanding as we look to you, dear Lord, and keep our hearts turned to you and open to receive that wisdom and understanding, that you guide us and you give us information and in our hearts of hearts that you know that something could be wrong and then you can confirm it for us. We thank you that your wonderful grace and mercy is new in every single day and that you just keep us safe throughout this day and throughout this week. May we be blessed as we go out and come in. In Jesus' name, amen. So y'all have a wonderful day, wonderful Sunday. Enjoy your day. Y'all stay safe. God bless. We love y'all. And we'll see you next time on Our Treasure Hole.